At long last, the demo for the Resident Evil 4 remake just came out. It's called the Chainsaw Demo, and I just played it. And I'm gonna make a quick video. I wasn't planning on making this. I wasn't expecting the demo to drop today, but I'm gonna make this quick video telling you my first impressions, my first thoughts on that demo. If you've been subscribed to this page for a while, you know that I am obsessed with Resident Evil. You know it's one of my favorite video game franchises. It is my favorite video game franchise of all time, and Resident Evil 4 is my favorite game in that franchise. And if you're new to this channel, you should check out one of my many Resident Evil 4 videos. I have trailer reactions, I have discussion videos about it. And of course, when the Resident Evil 4 remake drops fully, I'm gonna do a full review, full discussion videos, just random videos about Resident Evil 4 remake. I'm so excited. Anyway, I'm going to talk about the demo. Before I do that, consider subscribing. I do TV show discussions, trailer reactions, movie discussions, that sort of thing, but survival horror gaming is also a huge topic. So anyway, we finally get to actually play the Resident Evil 4 remake. How is it? Well, in my opinion, it's goddamn amazing. The gameplay just feels so good. The gunplay, I want to talk about the gunplay at first. Shooting your handgun, shooting the shotgun when you finally get it feels so powerful in your hands. At least it does on the PlayStation 4 with that DualSense controller and the haptic feedback. I think this is the best Resident Evil game in terms of just how good the guns feel. Now granted, I know I only played the demo for about half an hour and there's tons of Resident Evil games, but that's how strongly I feel. The guns feel fantastic. And the time to kill the enemies just feels practically perfect in my opinion. In the Resident Evil 2 remake, shooting the zombies, fighting zombies, killing zombies is so fun in that game. The animations of their heads snapping back, watching their bodies fall apart with every bullet you shoot at them. But something weird about the Resident Evil 2 remake was you could never predict how many bullets it would take to kill a zombie. Sometimes you could kill a zombie in 3-4 bullets, but other times it would take straight up about 12 to 15 bullets just to kill a zombie. It felt really awkward. It didn't really feel like a gameplay mechanic or to make you feel on edge like you never knew when they were gonna die. It more or less felt like the game was just randomizing how much damage each zombie could take. So far, based on this demo, the villagers don't feel that way. You can't kill them super easily. They are still a challenge. Just one of them can be a threat. At least that's what it felt like based on this demo. But also you don't gotta shoot them a million billion times. It feels like this game found that perfect balance, which I'm personally really happy about because a lot of Resident Evil games feel far too easy in terms of combat. And then games like Resident Evil 2 Remake, like I just said, they don't feel too hard, but it just feels like a lot of enemies are spongy. It doesn't really feel like that in this. And speaking of the villagers, I think they practically perfected how creepy those bastards are. They feel even more creepy than they did in the original, and that's saying a lot because I was terrified as a kid of those villagers. Just like the original Resident Evil 4, they're just talking to themselves, muttering to themselves, and you can hear them through the trees at a distance. And again, just like the original, it's creepy, if not creepier here. And I don't speak the language that the villagers speak in this, but I think they use a lot of the same, lines of dialogue from the original game. There are a lot of key, voice lines that I recognized, and that's super cool. And their designs are really good, but more important, the way they act is just so creepy. They were human. They were at least humanoid. They acted kind of like humans in the original Resident Evil 4. But in this game, it's even more so. So this weird juxtaposition that's going on of them trying to kill you and then suddenly acting pretty normal. It's so freaky. And this game so far is managing to showcase that with its direction so well. Like when you finish the village and those church bells go off and everyone walks away, I think that moment in this remake was done better than the original. The way that they just stop and they all walk past Leon, it's just the way that it captures it, the mood, the atmosphere, the weird, creepy horror vibes, the confusion, it was spot on. One thing I noticed is that the village, the main village that this demo takes place in terms of layout, it's laid out practically identical to the original, which I think is really cool. I actually beat it the same way that I usually beat that area in the original game. I beelined it to the house, I barricaded it, I grabbed the shotgun, I took out a lot of villagers upstairs, and then I jumped out the window, I went up an alleyway, used it as a choke point. It's just cool that they you know, were so faithful to that original village, but it's not a shot-for-shot remake. The Dead Space remake, everything is laid out practically identical. That's not the case with this remake. And I personally think that's cool. I think there's going to be key areas like the village where it's, again, practically identical, but then there's other areas that I noticed. Like, for example, the path going from the first house you enter to the village, it's laid out a bit different. You see things differently. Enemies are in different locations. So some things are new and they're going to surprise you, and then other things are going to feel very much like the original. Lastly, I want to talk about Leon as a character. I think his personality so far, again, based on this demo, I keep saying that, but I want to make sure that's clear. All these opinions are based on the 30 minutes that I spent in this demo. But based on this demo, Leon's personality feels perfected from the original. In the original, he has this sarcastic personality, and it feels a bit out of place in some instances in this game. Like he's thrown into this world of horror, but he doesn't seem to be really affected by it. In this demo, Leon has that same sarcastic, I don't give a shit attitude, but it's blended into the narrative. It's blended into the horror, which is something that was a big critique for me with the original game. And with that being said, I do feel like this is going to be the first Resident Evil game to have a truly amazing character arc for one individual character. Anyway, that's my quick and brief thoughts on the Resident Evil 4 Chainsaw demo. Have you played it yet? If you have, did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comments. And again, consider subscribing if you liked this video. When the full game comes out, I'm going to do a full review. I'm going to have many videos about it. But I also talk about survival horror gaming in general. I have a Dead Space review. I have a Callisto Protocol review. I have various Silent Hill videos. And again, I do TV show discussions, trailer reactions, movie discussions, amongst other stuff. So yeah, join the channel. Thank you for watching, especially if you watched this far.
Where's everyone going? Bingo?